Randy Bigley. Joining me on the podcast today from Ohio Eye Associates, Dr. Sarah Nye Brunner. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Great. How are you?
Great.
So what's happening over at Ohio Eye?
Well, we are gearing up for some summer fun, getting ready. We're pretty busy now that school's let down and everybody's getting their kids in. We are going to host a special program for children, 2 days this summer. Let me look up real quick. We're going to offer $25 eye exams for those that don't have insurance. We're going to do it on July 28th and August 16th.
Okay.
So, or if your insurance isn't very good and won't cover for your kids, we know the importance of having your vision checked. Learning's 80% visual. So we're getting excited for that. But we're having, you know, that fun event. We'll have some door prizes and raffles, and so we're kind of excited and we're getting ready for that.
Very important to get your children tested, but even before school. I think it's hard, especially when they're real little. You don't know if they got something.
You don't, and you know, a lot of people think that you can't do an eye exam until they know how to do the chart or how to do the test better 1 or 2. But we do exams on young as 6 months.
Wow.
We can find their script by shining lights in their eyes. I mean, I could do yours the same way.
Yeah.
We just get a little offended if we don't get a say later on in life.
Right.
But yeah, you know, I'm always a little miffed because you have to have your teeth cleaned before you go to school, but you don't have to have an eye exam.
Right, exactly.
And like I said, there's a lot of things that can be missed that are affecting learning. And even if your kid passes their vision test at the pediatrician, it doesn't mean they don't still need glasses or have something that could visually be causing them to not learn at the level that they could.
I have a son that's had glasses before kindergarten. In fact, he'd had a kindergarten screening, and they noticed, you know, he might want to get his eyes checked. And sure enough, he needed glasses.
Yeah. And it's pretty amazing when you get kids in their glasses, how much their life will change.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I just had 2 in this morning, and their parents, they had broke their glasses, just couldn't believe the difference. Like, you know, they're falling asleep with them on if they don't have them, how much their life is affected. And they didn't think they needed any when they first came in. And so it's kind of cool. Those are the fun things to see, is the difference that you can make.
You can see somebody, I mean, like my son's it changed completely. He can see now. And I felt bad as a parent, like I should have known this, but you don't, right?
But they don't know what blurry is, you know. Blurry is their normal, you know, so they don't know that clear means a whole different thing to them. So, no, you're never a bad parent, but I do always, I'm that crazy person that always educates, like, oh, you have kids? Have they had an eye exam?
but that's good.
Should.
Yeah, it's good because people don't think of that.
No, and there's a lot of health things you want to catch and check before too, you know. I mean, you could have, it'd be very rare to have glaucoma, but there's freckles in the eyes, and you want to document those earlier. And, you know, if one eye is stronger than the other, kids won't realize that it's not normal to not see out of one eye. And so when they have that, the sooner you treat it, the more likely you'll get them to have 20/20 normal vision down the road too. So
as an adult, how often should you get your eyes checked?
As an adult, you want to do every 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
They say after the age of 60 every year, just because as the birthdays catch up with us, so do things like the glaucoma, the macular degeneration, the cataracts.
Sure, right.
So.
Yeah, and you know, it was funny because about age 48, my eyesight changed completely. It just went. And I'm like, all of a sudden I need glasses. Yeah. Does that happen quite often?
That is. So I always say about 45 to 55 is the most visually frustrating phase of your life. People will come in and they think they have a brain tumor or something because they suddenly can't see up close. And I'm like, no, unfortunately, that lens in your eye is just getting really stiff, so you can't focus. And I'm like approaching that, and I had LASIK, and I'm like, no. There's really no way to fight it. There is a new drop that you might have seen advertised. It is not a one-size-fits-all. A lot of people that have tried it have had a lot of headaches and different things, and what it does is it makes the pupil really small, so you can still see a little more close up. So they're coming out with things all the time, so I'm hopeful that I won't need glasses, but I am full-fledged going into that most visually frustrating phase. So
it just seems like it was just all of a sudden changed, like almost next day. You know, it felt like that. You know,
And it's always kind of crazy because sometimes someone will go in and have, you know, like a minor surgery done. Say they had an appendectomy or something that put them under some anesthesia. And so that will trigger it sometimes a little more, them realizing it. And then they'll be like, oh my goodness, it ruined my eyes. And I'm like, well, no, it's just, And you hit that toppling point and you realized with everything. So, yeah.
Wow. Just part of getting older, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Unfortunately.
There's some things you just can't avoid.
Right, exactly. Exactly. And, you know, like my parents both had glasses and stuff. And they all hit that same age. It was in their late 40s that they needed glasses. So I just kind of fell right into that.
I know. Lucky us, right?
Lucky us. Exactly.
So,
Where are you located at, Dr. Brunner?
129 South Walnut, and then we have an office in Mansfield also at the corner of Trimble and Millsboro.
I've been there. So yes. All right. Thank you so much for coming in
Thanks
today.
For having me.
And your special again one more time before we go.
We are going to have $25 eye exams for children 18 and under, and we're running that special on July 28th and August 16th.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.